Hi.
Hi. I decided to hit record right away because I wanted to capture us meeting each other for the first time.
Okay, sure, no problem.
How are you doing today? I saw you already put another video up this morning.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much because there's a lot of energy and stuff coming up, so I make videos and yeah, they're quite special and different. So
Well, since I'm recording, I might as well do the intro, right?
yeah.
Yeah, this is Aurena Fohler, right? Correct? Did I say your name right?
Aurena, Fohler, yes.
Yes, yes. And you're a holistic life coach, healer, seer, priestess of Lumeria? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like Marian Atlantis.
Oh, cool. Okay. Starseed, Blu-ray. Blu-ray, I don't know what that one is either.
Okay, I'm sure you have heard about the Ascendant Masters. They come from different
Oh,
rays,
yes,
like
yes.
like Hilarion comes from the green ray, which is connected to Pallas Athena, which is healing, it's the heart frequency.
Okay.
Mahakohan comes from the ray, which is like a topaz color, but he's the teachers of the teachers, and his etheric temple is in Sri Lanka.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's even Seraphis Bay, which is the white ray, which is connected to Egypt. So there are different masters, and we
Okay.
also incarnate come from different lights.
Yes.
So the blue rays are connected to like Archangel Michael, and I'm just thinking which Ascendant Master blue. I don't remember now, but it doesn't
That's
matter. You can
okay.
Google that.
Well, no, that totally makes, that's funny because I use Archangel Michael all the time, like all the time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and this is why I wanted to meet you because I know I can learn so much from you because when you say things, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been doing that too. I just didn't know what it was called. So, yeah, twin flame light worker and public figure. So welcome to my channel. The Tracy G from the heart is where this is going to go. And actually, you know what? If I hurry up and find my Spotify, I can actually record it and put it on my Spotify channel too. Let me find it.
Yeah, sure.
Let me find it. There it is, Anchor. And that's pretty quick. Yeah, I want to make sure to get you on here before I put it. See, I'm just going to record it on my phone. So I have my computer going and I got my phone going. So we're going to have all sorts of stuff. So hold on, I'm going to do the introduction again for this thing quick.
Sure.
There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Tracy G from the heart. And today I have Aurena Fohler. And we are going to talk about conscious choice today. Aurena is a holistic life coach, healer, seer, priestess of Lemuria, which I had to find out is actually like Atlantis, starseed, blue ray, twin flame, light worker, and public figure. So welcome, Aurena.
Hi, thank you for having me here. Thank you. Greetings from Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, I heard that you're in Rio de Janeiro. I did not realize that that is 2 hours ahead of Central Standard Time. So yeah. I figured that out. So I'm like, are you in the ocean somewhere?
Yes, 2 minutes away from Copacabana, 5 minutes away from Ipanema.
Okay. So the reason I called you, or I was so happy to hear from you when you messaged me back. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's messaging me back. I had saw you on another YouTube channel. And do you know, he was a young man, and he was basically just, you helped him with to figure out, you had him open up. Like, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's from South Africa. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a really nice person, like really nice. He still messages me.
His energy was so calming and his voice was so deep and like just fall asleep to it. It was like, oh gosh, who is this guy? But no, and he was really blown away by you. He was just like, whoa, I've learned so much. And later I'll just probably ask him. Well, I'll ask because people are probably wondering. If I wonder, I'm sure other people are wondering. How did you meet him?
I have actually a Facebook Arcturian group. There are almost 240,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I work a lot with star seeds. That's what I do. I do star seed
Yes.
activations. I help people
Yes.
to remember who they are, where they're from, without any substances.
Right.
Um, so he's, I think, in my group, and he saw my live stream,
Okay.
and then he reached out to me. Yeah, that's
Okay.
how it happened. Yeah.
Well, that, yeah. And that's another reason yeah, I'm going to make sure you, okay, so tell right now, since we're on that topic, if you want to find out, okay, so star seeds, I think in general, people should know what a star seed is, but I'm going to have you give the definition for those who, I mean, everybody starts somewhere and they have to grow. So tell everyone what a star seed is.
Of course, it's actually star seed. What is that? It's like stars and then a seed, but then it's like what? Actually,
Right. Like,
it's
I'm a
like
what?
there are different kind of star seeds. First of all, a star seed is a soul. Like we are all on Earth, and I don't believe that they're just Earthlings.
Right.
I believe that the so-called gods used to be aliens or immortal beings which used to live for hundreds and thousands of years, which we are not anymore, but it's getting there back because we are living longer. We have Atlantis, we have Lemuria, and in those times our DNA was not just, I don't know how many strands we have now, but they had like more than 12 strands. They had like very high psychic abilities. The DNA was much more advanced. So all the proteins in our body, they're just realigning because they were breaking off after the fall and the change of the energy. So all those high evolved souls, they of course went to different planets, different countries like Egypt, Greece, China, where you can find all the pyramids. It's still there, and you can see trace that in the history in Peru. When I was with the Mayas in Mexico, you can trace that. But now all those souls who are called starseeds come back from different planets like Venus, Sirius, Arcturus, Pleiades. So we remember our lives. We remember the energy from them. We're very different. We're very high empaths. We're very psychic. And for example, the people from the Pleiades, they have beautiful light within them. They have very amazing healing energies. Like you have that. I'm sure you feel very connected to the
Yeah.
Pleiades.
Yes, I
That's why.
actually do. You saw me light up there.
Yeah. So the Arcturians, for example, they're incarnated masters. They have a lot of knowledge about technology. They're amazing entrepreneurs. They bring new 5D to Earth because you can even, maybe if someone out there wants to Google Dolores Cannon,
Yes.
Edward Casey, they all talk about the Arcturians. They're also blue skin color. And then we have the avians. They're also the bird people. They're also blue, which are also connected to, again, to the blue rays. So it's just a certain frequency. So star seeds are incarnated souls from different stars, planets, and constellations, like, for example, Andromeda.
Right.
And then we come here on Earth to make a shift and change, and that's why we are so different.
Right. Yeah, we're trying to help Earth. Mother Earth wants to shift from 3D to 5D. She's done with all this negativity. I mean, she wants to move forward back to back to the ways it was like in the Christian beliefs, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, I mean,
Adam
that,
and Eve is actually kind of the fall of like Atlantis and Lemuria.
yeah,
I also don't want to call it negativity. I just want to call it density because everything
yes.
is good and bad. It's just what we make out of it. And that was also the live stream I was doing today night.
I really feel we're syncing up because, like even the thing you were talking about this morning, you did and tell them your Facebook, your YouTube channel, and I'm going to put it down here below when I put it on my YouTube channel so they can go check you out.
My YouTube channel in English is Aurena International. If anyone speaks German out there, it's Aurena Agathe. Fohler. And then, of course, I have a webpage, aurenafohler.com. So it's always my name. It's easy.
Yep,
You
yep.
can just enter my name in Google and then it shows up. I also have Instagram. I travel a lot. I do a lot of grid work. I work a lot with the portals all over the world. So you can just follow my Instagram and Aurena's Insights. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, a lot of different things like I do. Like I said, I feel like we are like, yeah, twin flames, if you want to say, or whatever, but we're on the same, we're definitely on the same vibration, is why I just felt so compelled. I'm like, oh, I have to talk to her, because the main thing that I wanted to get just your opinion on, and I thought, why not have an audience when I asked you this, is I'm doing a new series called Conscious Choice. And basically what I wanted to like let all starseeds know and everyone else out there is to, like you were talking about the satanistic energy this morning on yours, right? Okay, so I came up with the same concept, but I have a different way of labeling it, I guess. And I label them as the 3 different parts to ourselves as a human. We have 3 different negative or lower vibrational systems that are there to protect us, as when we were cavemen and we were trying to survive and all that stuff. But now that we are raising in vibration, we really don't need them anymore. But people need to be aware that this war is very personal. It's within you. It's every person. If they would just work on themselves and the war within themselves, we would have, things would change like very quickly. So I want to
I'm seriously tired of people always pinpointing at others. There's a saying, if you pinpoint at one finger at someone else, they come back to you, and it's just so true. And it really, really pisses me off, because everyone, this person, that, this, the government, this, but who's behind all that? I mean, it's us, right? I mean, how does it start? It starts with us.
Right. And so, and I got my 3 different things that I like to categorize them so that they know, and they can just pinpoint what part of these negative energies is in control of them. And literally, you are usually the negative people that are always negative. And they're like, why can't I be happy? Why can't I, why am I so negative? Why am I, it's usually because of those 3. And I told you about them. It was, the number 1 is ego, because that's all about me and mine and I can be mean to you. I can hurt you because you're not part of me. I have my group. I've got my family that is important to me, but everybody else is the enemy or can be the enemy. And I don't care or nurture. And honestly, if they are 100% in their ego, they're really not, they don't even really care about their own family members. They actually are like it's like they are part of their,
I would like to say something, because the ego is not negative. The ego is not bad. The ego is our brain, which is helping us to protect us. So what I do is, when I work in healing session with people, I will never ever say it's negative, never ever, because it's a part of us. Then again, I would kick it out, and I don't want that.
Well,
we have to understand,
if it's 100% in control, it can be very negative. It can be that's where the narcissism comes, and you don't, the ego cannot say it's sorry. The ego cannot say, you were right, I was wrong. I'm talking a 100% ego. There are people out there that are 100% in their ego. Now, and I'm saying you don't have to hurt, or I want you to be compassionate to all 3 of these lower vibrations within you. But they are also, I think, the key to why people cannot ascend, is because their ego always doesn't want to be happy. It wants to, it goes together with the pain body, which always, it's that little bit of ourselves that wants to be miserable. And then the pain body, and then victim mentality. Victim mentality is the 3rd one. And these are just vibrations within us that we need to be aware of. And none of them, like you said, are evil, or, but they can be very negative, because usually when you're in one of those 3, you are sad, depressed, angry. The victim mentality won't take charge of anything. I'm a victim. I can't do anything, and they give their power away. Now, things do happen that you are a victim, but having the mentality that you can't do anything about it after or for the rest of your life, I see people that have that victim mentality stay in abusive relationships because I can't do anything. They've given their power away. And I think that
Can we just not get stuck into this was one thing, because
well, anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that those I
but
think are the three things
to
that can
I would
hinder a
like to talk
person.
about the ego part, because that is a total
Yes.
misconception. The ego is
Okay.
not bad. So out there, guys, please, it's good to have an ego because it's protecting it. But the but is that how do you, like, let's say, if you have a meal in front of you, you have a fork, you have a spoon, you have a knife, right? You
Right.
cannot always use the knife. You use the knife if you have butter and you want to spread it on the bread.
Right.
But you need if you have a soup, you need the spoon, right?
Right.
And if
right.
you want to
Pick
pick up something like
Yep.
a piece of meat or whatever, you need a fork.
Right.
So how do you use your ego? That's the point. You
Yes.
have tools and you use them the right way. And all of us, we are victims sometimes, which is okay because there's a balance. But how much are you falling into the victimhood? Are you realizing, hey, wow, it's about self-worth. No
Yes.
one is a victim, because once you realize how important you are, and when you realize who you are, and that's about coming to the source, and that's about you memorizing and remembering who you are. And when you remember who you are and that you're different, and that's again not comparing yourself to others, that's when you empower yourself. So it's never about being a victim, it's never about ego, and it's never about any of those things.
And
Just remember who you
enjoying
are.
being miserable.
and that's and that's when you start feeling more happier, because
Right.
you're not twisting and turning yourself to be someone you're not. Of course, an apple cannot be an orange, and an apple would be miserable trying to be an orange. It's like
Right.
the ugly duck. Just remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So let me see. So what would you suggest people do to create a better understanding of who they are? Like how to combat, to get a better, we're talking about just getting a better self-confidence, and having, and being at peace with who you are and loving yourself for who you are, and not allowing those negative concepts to bring you down all the time. I mean, you gotta, how do you get a better standing of who you are, and so that you can focus on how you feel now and how you can, raise your vibration, because those higher vibrations are about joy and laughter and community and friendship and, feeling good about,
One thing, thank you for the question. One thing I learned is we have different frequencies, yes.
Yeah.
Fast ones and slow ones, and all are important, because we cannot always run on high speed, because that would heat up the engine and we would break up in steam or whatever, okay? So we need all frequencies, but it's about centering them, right? So that's the heart energy. So I cannot tell you what to do or not to do. So I'm talking to everyone out there, because as I said, all of you, we are different people, right?
Mhm.
I'm different, you are different, and we have different approaches to something. So what I want to say is what I do, which I figured out, which is important for star seeds, and that's what I do. I work with empaths, very high sensible and psychic people. I always make sure that I'm in a clean environment. I don't have cluster around and all that. I make sure that I eat healthy food, because the food's vibration reflects on the way you think, and the gut. Those things are important. The water I drink, I do smudging.
Oh, yes.
Because I have to cleanse my aura. I'm very sensitive, and I make sure I'm in an environment and places which I feel good. If I feel bad, I will leave those places. Yep. If I'm surrounded by people who have a they're very imbalanced.
Mhm.
I stay away from them because it would affect me. So that's the daily hygiene I do. I don't watch news. I actually
Mhm.
stopped it when I
Me
was like
either.
a teenager. So
Yep.
those things are important because it's in your hand. It's in your control how you feel. And now the most important part, all of us feel miserable once in a blue moon, or maybe every day, or maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I do feel miserable,
Well,
but
yes.
it's my choice. If
Yes.
I feel miserable and I drown in that and being the victim, or if I feel miserable and I say, okay, now enough of 2 days feeling miserable, I force myself to go to the ocean or to do sport or to dance, like let's say the weekend, okay? Let
Yeah.
me give you an example. We
Okay.
had this most intense full moon in Pisces,
Yes.
which totally sucks because there are some emotions and stuff coming up, which I thought, oh my God, I'm such a bad person. That's what I was thinking. That was coming up, okay? And I was, oh, what do I do if I'm like this? Then I cannot work with people, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
And then my friends, they kept pushing me. They said, Agatha, go, let's dance, this. And now I was getting so grumpy. And I don't get grumpy at people like I love. And I was like really splashing out. And then they said, and I said, oh my God, I'm grumpy. And then we even laughed about it because I said, I'm grumpy. They said, yeah, you're grumpy. It must be the full moon. And then we were laughing. And they really pushed me to get out to go dancing. And I really, if it would have been just me, I wouldn't have gone
Mhm.
because I wanted to drown in the miserability.
Mhm.
So then I went to this place and I was thinking, oh, God, what I do, it's a beautiful view, but the music sucks. But after 1 hour, the music was the most incredible music ever. And I totally just, I love music. I don't use any substances and I just totally freaked out. I was like, this most amazing music. And I'm so happy that I did that because it was, you know what I realized, and I really want you to remember that when you have reached a certain stage in life and you remember who you are, the whole entire universe will come, will send you people, will align situations that you get pushed into something good. I noticed that sometimes when I want to do something, all of a sudden the appointment gets canceled. I get pushed in another direction, and then I just want to cancel everything. And then something amazing happens because I get pushed into the right direction. And
Mhm.
that's just an automatic system which happens once you're aware of who you are.
Yep. And that vibration, if you start to learn to pull yourself out of those modes more often, I mean, and yes, by all means, we are all human. We are going to have bad days and bad weeks and things happen. But, like you said, like music, oh, I have a playlist that I play when I'm getting grumpy, to kind of,
Good,
and then,
exactly.
and then I go dance around in my house. I mean, I'm just like,
Yeah,
like, and it just totally shifts my vibration, and then things start working better in the day. And I can tell that I have shifted up into a new reality almost, where things are lighter, things are brighter, things feel,
yeah,
people are nicer, and that's what I
yeah,
want for everyone, is to just know that you have that power to,
yeah,
like, take a bad situation and make it into a good one, or take a bad day and and just be like, no, I'm gonna go for a walk and I'm gonna start over. you know
yeah. Make
and
yourself a list because sometimes when we are not happy and we're miserable, we don't remember what we need, what makes us happy. Make a
Mhm.
list and keep it somewhere so when you are not in a good mood that you know what to do to help yourself. That's self-love. That's what you
Yes.
do. And
Yes.
that's the moment when your ego switches off because your ego knows that it can trust you.
Right.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
Oh, this has been wonderful. Do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about? I mean, I basically did hit all the bases of what I wanted. And I would love to, like, pick a new topic some other time and talk about that too, because I like
Yeah,
you. I
just
like you.
thank you. So yeah, just that full moon energy about the satanic energy. I just want to bring
Yes.
it in because
Oh,
I feel it's
yes.
now all over the world. People say that adrenochrome or whatever that is called.
Yeah.
I don't get into those things, and it's like people are going crazy over COVID, injections, politics, and this and that, and Alpha Draconian, this is bad, this is evil, this, that.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about it that we are humanity? It starts with us. So none of us is pure 100% angel. None of us is 100% free of any fault, because we're here to learn.
Yep.
And satanic energies are everywhere. They are sometimes in the way you talk to your child. They are sometimes in the way you talk to your partner. It's manipulation and control, and we are always in penalties all over.
Uh-oh. We froze. I think. Oh, there we go. Say, okay, it's back.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's give it a second. Okay. Yeah.
So,
okay. So keep going. Keep going. You're back.
So I just repeat, satanic energies are everywhere. At the same time, heavenly energies are everywhere.
Yes.
So when you know a child is sometimes like screaming out, getting like all angry because he wants to have a biscuit, and you're not giving the biscuit because you know it's not good to have a biscuit every day, 24 hours, because it's just simply not healthy, right?
Right.
Will you disobey your child? No, it's your child, it's learning. And that's what it is. Satanic energies are souls. You can call them soulless people, but what happened is it's just something they experience, that they have trauma from the war, from abuse, sexual, physical, emotional. And this full moon is all about emotions which were suppressed coming up, and it's about healing shadow aspect. And the shadow aspect is, yes, we are not all good, we are all sometimes evil, and it's not bad, it's okay, because you can transform it, right? And you can get rid and release those old contracts and cords to some energies which are, I would call it dysfunctional, or like disaligned. And that helps you to realign with yourself and to accept yourself for more who you are. I'm not a saint. I'm not like, I had past lives which I have done and practiced dark magic. And if there's one person out there who says no, they haven't, that's bullshit.
Right. Well, if you've ever cursed someone or said, I want something, bad on someone, that's black magic. I mean, or, so definitely.
So it's time to make it more, bring easiness into that whole thing, because that helps changing the world, and that also helps not to increase the darkness, but to spread love, because that helps just to raise the vibration, collective peace.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about just working from your heart energy when you're making decisions, like just to try to, and like when you're meditating, to try to expand your heart energy can help, an area that's huge. I mean, like the whole United States, like, or even bigger, by just working on your heart energy. I did have one other question that kind of came up in my head while you were talking about the negative energies, and to not to see them as bad, see them as, like have compassion, it's part of the human experience, and just to move forward. Don't enable it, but don't get angry and fearful of it either. But I was wondering, okay, and I don't remember where I was or who told me this, that so Mother Earth is trying to go from 3D, which is a lower vibration, up into a 5D, which is a higher vibration. Okay, so that transition, I'm like, okay, I think I've already experienced some 5D vibrations, like literally people will change and be nicer that weren't in the past. I'm like, am I in a different universe? But the other thing that this person said was, okay, so as it moves and transcends, there's also this want and need to get away from the good and bad, just the binary, good and bad, and that the universe is trying to create something new, with the quantum field, quantum physics, 1 + 1 does not equal 2, it equals 3.
What's the
Because,
question?
so do you believe that there is this new energy coming in that is trying to let us as celestial beings create something that isn't so binary, like just the positive and negative, that there is this beautiful.
But you answered the question yourself. You said it already. The heart frequency is 5D.
So do you
So
agree with that? I guess is my question. Do you agree that there's something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
And do you see it as in a different way, or did I explain it pretty well? Sorry.
I just like to say things how it is and make it very simple. The heart frequency is the 5D. So 5D is being more in alignment with the heart. And that's what I said in the beginning. There's no bad and good. It's about being centered. And centered means heart frequency. So it's just very simple.
Yeah, you got to keep it simple because it's so easy to get into your brain and your ego and try to make it more complicated than it really is. And that, I think, is one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, is to get all this information out there with with someone that I respect. And I am just so privileged that you actually decided to come on today. I'm so blessed that I got to meet you, and you are a amazing woman. I feel so honored that you came on here. And I just, all the traveling you do, you are out there bringing light to every corner of the world. And I just want to thank you for doing that, because a lot of people are too afraid to even leave their house for like 2 weeks for a vacation. And here you're just literally like everywhere. Like,
I'm also afraid, but I trust my heart. When my heart says yes, I jump. If my heart says no, I won't do anything.
I believe that German is your first language. You speak English so well. I'm so jealous that you. I can barely speak 2 languages. I mean, I speak a little Spanish, but I'm nothing compared to, you are just, whoo, I can't even tell that this isn't your first language. So it's amazing. And are you originally from Germany then?
Yes, I'm born and brought up in Bavaria.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
But I'm half
I just have to do this because I just had such a good time.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
And yeah.
Well, I'm gonna shut this off. You don't have to go anywhere because we might chat just a little bit afterwards, but I am gonna sign up. Oh, and we're exactly almost 30 minutes on the dot for the Spotify, which is amazing. And so there we go. So I will, so this was Aurena Fohler. It's AURENA, Aurena Fohler, FOHLER, and you can find her at Aurena International, correct? Is that on Facebook?
Everywhere.
Aurena International, everywhere. And then I will also put a couple links on my YouTube channel too, and on my Spotify to get them to you and your location. But thank you so much. And I will hopefully we'll do this again on another topic. So that would be, I would love that. So
from another country.
Yes, perfect. Hey, I'm planning on going to Europe next year, so we could maybe even meet up and be in the same room, which would be cool.
If I'm in Europe, yes. If I'm not,
no.
Online.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna let these guys go and say goodbye, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.